Okay, so we got off the bike. Here's a quick recap of what I just said for Amy. And I'm going to actually pin myself. I don't make people star in my videos without volunteering first. So we're going to do kettlebell swings, and that's where, imagine if you had X's and lipstick on your butt cheeks. You can put, and you're standing close to a wall. So X's can be on the wall, right? Every time you touch, that lipstick would hit. But I don't want them to be smeared up and down where you're doing up and down move. It's hip. It's all through hip, okay? So that's your kettlebell swing, and with the arms, we want to push down with energy, just like we're having to lift up, so not just letting it drop down. And then we're going to go to push-ups and back and forth between the two for 3 rounds, and then we'll get on the mat on our back. So you're going to need a kettlebell or a heavy dumbbell, actually a set of dumbbells, and something like a ball, like a soccer ball or something like that soft, or a yoga block to hold between your knees and a mat. Let's get started. Pause if you have to go grab all your toys. We're going to get started with the kettlebell swings. Don't cheat yourself. Make sure that you got your form down and you're putting your energy here. Nice. We've got 15 seconds to then get to the floor for our push-ups. You can do them on your knees or on your toes. They're 30 seconds. So however many you can do in 30 seconds, just keep your form good. Woo! You have 15 seconds to be up and ready for kettlebell. 5, 3, and here we go. Okay, 15 seconds for push-ups. We're going to do push-ups in 15 seconds. So you got 7 left to get ready. Here we go. Okay, back up for the kettlebell swings. And here we go. Butt back, thrust forward with the hips, and then swing that dumbbell or kettlebell down. All right, rest. Just like you swung it up. We're going on to push-ups. Keep it up. All right. All right, spoke too soon. Well, that was 3 rounds of that. So let's go on to on the back. I think we'll do 30 seconds of crunches. And you can vary those up. We're going to take a little bit of a second in between, but you can vary those up. And I'll tell you different variations. So we can sustain the whole 30 seconds, or we can go faster if we need to. Let's hold the block between the knees and crunch. So you're going to keep your knees elevated. That's one progression. Low back is flat. Rest. Now we're going to do chest presses. So it's like a bench press where you just press up. Don't let your elbows come back to the floor, but let them go right over it. And we can do this from bridge. So we're going to squeeze that block and then bring those elbows out wide. You want to make sure you're going heavy enough with your dumbbells. Keep those hips up. All right. We go back to the crunches. We'll do a different variation during this 15-second rest. So I'm going to angle my mat a little different so I can lay on it a little better. Hold the block between your knees. And this time take your legs up. And we're going to crunch up with your toes pointed toward the wall behind you or towards your head. They can even point down. Make sure it's the center where the rib cage is that's driving the movement and you're not heaving from the shoulders. Even on the downward movement, if you slow it down and stay in control, you're going to get a lot more out of it. All right. Chest presses. I didn't have something heavy enough, so I'm going to grab a little bit heavier of dumbbells. And we're going to chest press. You can hold the block between your knees and come into bridge. Chest press. Keep that slight bend in the elbows even at the top. Your hips are way up high. Slight bend in the elbow the whole time at least so you don't rest at the top. All right. We're back to crunches. So I'm going to let you choose your variation of crunches. Knees bent or legs straight, your choice. Whichever one you thought worked better. And we're driving the movement from the rib cage area, not the shoulders. Even on the down movement. All right, rest. Ooh, we've got, is that it? One more set, right? Of the presses from bridge. I think we're on it. Nice job. rest. And let's do one last round of biceps. No, we're done. We're done. We're done with that timer.
Activity completed.
All right. You can do that as many times as you want. That cycle. For now, let's come up. Standing, grab heavy dumbbells and hammer curl, and then fly. 2, 3, 4. Those elbows up high too. So we want something heavy enough that causes us to need a rest. I've said it so many times when we're lifting heavy things, the rest needs to be adequate. We just did a lot. So, I'm going to make sure the rest is adequate. You're in the gym and on your own, and you're doing really heavy stuff, you need 2 to 3 minutes between every set. If you're doing like heavy squats, deadlifts, things like that. Things that take your breath away. All right. If you're ready, I am. We're going to do 2 more rounds of that with another rest in between. Hammer, fly, or lateral raise, more like it. Stay in control on the way down too. Okay. Rest. We're going to do one more set of that, and after that, we'll pick up lighter weights. So I'm working on 15s now. If I had 20s with a better grip, I might be trying those. And I'll probably cut down to 10 or 8 is how much lighter I mean. So hammer, bent elbow fly, drive up through the elbows. All right, so when I slow it down, boy, it really changes things and makes it more difficult. So I think that's something to pay attention to. So we'll rest just a little bit longer, but we're going to do some lightweight. So this is a little more about definition than the strength building and the size building. But here we are, and we're just going to lower down and then bend elbows like goalpost and then lengthen. And fly. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. And even though they're light, we're going to bend over, fly, and go slow. Hold it at the top. Lower them slow. All right, the reason we do both is that standing chest fly is going to work more the front of the shoulder. When you bend over and create that lever, we're getting the back and the top. So just working the corner, all the corners of the shoulder. Arms feeling like jelly yet? Or like they're filled with concrete? They've worked hard for you today. Let's stretch them out. Push your elbows back, open your chest. Okay. Let's do one more round of that sequence of that little circuit where we don't really stop in between. So goalpost, straighten, goalpost. Two, 3, 4. I keep tapping out. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And then we're going to bend over, hold at the top and lower slow. All right. Let's go back to our back. Gonna do a little blowout of stretches. But we're gonna do abs and stretches. So 20 seconds of bicycle crunches. It's not a lot. We're just gonna do several cycles of it. Okay, here we go. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. It's only 20 seconds, so let's get really good form. Those knees, or take the knee to the elbow, and then make sure you extend that leg. Okay, hug your knees up to your chest and relax. Rests are going to be longer. That's by design because we're stretching out now. And those bursts of crunches are so short that please do your best to get your knee opposite elbow to opposite knee. Slow them down. Just kind of in suspended animation, and the muscles get that time under tension. This time we're going to take right leg, straighten it, take left leg, cross it over, and do a little twist. So only your shoulder blades will be on the mat. Your back is going to be in a twist. It doesn't matter which knee is bent and which side you're turned to, but the top knee goes into a twist. So it's opposite direction of the top leg. Is it you're twisting, so you just need to pay attention to what side you're on. And this is a nice chest opener too. You can keep that arm extended. Okay, come back to center slowly. We're gonna opposite elbow, opposite knee, bicycle crunches. Now we're going to take left leg, bend the knee over on the outside of the right leg, and do our twist. The arms stretched out like a T shape, so that you get the chest opening as well as the hip stretch. Relax into it. Great effort today. Great execution today. You've got it. Just open that heart up and open the hip just a little bit here. And then we'll call it a day. For now, we're just going to relax into this stretch. We're going to get the most out of it that we can. And, let's call it a day.